Hello and thank you for joining me. For those new to the channel, my name is Alan and today's video just covers a few items that I've recently purchased. Two that are potentially for bugging in and two that can be potentially used when you're outdoors, bugging out, camping, doing a bit of bushcraft, etc. Stay with me. So first up are these. They come in a pack of 3. They are motion sensor LED lights. It's a company called Spangled. They're on Amazon. Less than £12 delivered if you're on Prime. 80 lumen, PIR operated. So basically you can install them. They run off 3 AAA batteries. They look like that. So you can install them in areas that if you had a power cut that you may have issues with. So potentially it's stairways, hallways, anywhere where you're going to get a bit of through traffic, but there's a potential to go A over T. They are adjustable. The actual light section with a PIR sort of rotates up and down so you can set the angle. They have sticky fixes on the back. They're a bit iffy. To be fair, I would probably use some self-adhesive Velcro and then you can place them in position. They are extremely light, extremely bright are these lights. But stick them up on your stairs or perhaps even in your toilet. But just bear in mind, they only go off for about 20 seconds and then it will switch off to save the batteries. So if you're sitting on the throne, you may have to wave at it to get the light to come back on. But for stairwells, absolutely fantastic idea. One at the bottom, one at the top, stick them on. Doesn't activate in daylight. There's a little photoelectric sensor in there that knows when it's dark and then they actually come on. So 3 of these, as I say, for less than 12 quid, absolute bargain. So an ideal addition, in my opinion, to your lights out kit. Next up for bugging in is something that I never knew existed. If you've got a pan fire, the normal go-to is, if you're prepped, you're going to have a fire blanket. If you're not, then perhaps you're going to get a tea towel, run it under the water to make it wring it out, so it's only damp, and place that over there. Either way, you're coming into pretty close contact with a something that's quite fierce, that combustible fire, when oil catches light. These things are made by a company called Firexo. The sachet's got a liquid in it and it feels like a big lolly stick. So it's a bit like a lollipop that hasn't been frozen yet. And I'm not even going to bother telling you what to do with it, because there's a little video clip. There's no sound. Watch this. I think they're pretty damn impressive. I can honestly say I've never had a pan fire, but it doesn't mean that there wouldn't be one. I just bought the one and it was 7 quid, so £7, and that was delivered again through Amazon. They were at the time doing a deal where you could get 3 for £14, and in hindsight I should have gone for that, kept one for home use, and then I could have gifted the other 2, one to my mum and one to Jack's mum and dad. It's just ideal. Put it in the drawer, and as you saw in the video, so easy to use. So staying with the fire theme, this one is primarily for bugging out or camping, or even if you're having a barbecue. It is a mini fire extinguisher. Same company, Firexo. I've got no affiliation to them. Everything I show are items that I've purchased with my own money. It is not very big. It's my phone, so it's slightly taller than my mobile phone is. All you do is is literally pop the lid off. There's a pointy bit that the water-based mixture comes from, and you aim that at the base of the fire from approximately 1 metre away. Now it is water mist based, so it's actually a 7-in-1, so you can use it on electrical fires, believe it or not, oil and fat, paper, cardboard, etc, etc. 7 different classes of fire are safe for using this. It doesn't weigh a lot, 4 ounces, something like that I would imagine, and it is sort of deodorant size. An ideal item to carry, perhaps even in your bug out bag if you expect to be having open fires, especially as we come into summer and the ground's a little bit dry. Accidents can happen. You can knock it over, knock your stove over, or just through heat transfer to the ground, and potentially you can have a little fire that could, if it's not dealt with, escalate into a bigger one. When I bought this, it was about 19 quid, which was a little bit on the steep side. I've since seen these on special offer for less than a tenner. So, a bit of a kick in the nuts for me, but at the end of the day, something like that doesn't weigh a lot, not very big, but potentially could hit you out of trouble. The final item, again, it's more for bugging out than it would be for bugging in, is a Plumbers Soldering Mat, fiberglass based, rolls up, doesn't weigh a lot, rolls up fairly small. I wouldn't fold it because I suspect that would actually damage it, but the idea being, if you're using a wood burning stove as part of your bugging out, camping, bushcrafting, whatever, and the ground is a bit dry and susceptible to fire, then as you can see in the image, you can put your stick burning fire, for want of a better word, on top of this, and it will vastly reduce the potential damage to the ground that you've got your stove on. Again, less than a tenner delivered. Doesn't weigh anything, stick it in your pack. That's it. That's 4 items that I've recently purchased that I think deserve your attention. So go out and buy them. Fire is one of the greatest risks we face. Anyway, enough of my waffling. If you like the content, give us one of them. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I'd love to read your comments. Have a fantastic weekend. The sun is shining, but it's a bit chilly. See you soon.